My joke is that all of the skill sets of the old printing industry are now shrink wrapped. They're all in a box. I mean, there's no such thing as a dot etcher anymore. I mean, stripping is essentially done electronically. Imposition is done electronically. Color management is now done electronically. So all those skill sets went away. I had a student, by the way, who was running a scanner, and he called. He said, "I just lost my job because there's less scanning going on today." So I had him come back, and we started a little course on pre-fighting, because I said, as long as there are graphic designers, they will screw up, and someone will have to find their problems and fix them. So we've replaced then a lot of the old skill sets, and one of the key new skill sets is pre-fighting, the ability to understand a file, find its problems, and then fix them. But if you summarized all the new skill sets that printers need, they really come under the heading of IT. And the reason is, if you ask the printer, well, what do you need? Well, I need someone in estimating and planning. I need someone to do the website. I need someone to handle database. And so when you look at all those skill sets, you really find out that they're programming and IT based. And that's about 30%. For the first time in history, the digital printing vendors have taken on the responsibility of helping you be successful. They help you to market, they give you tools, they train you. Now they have a selfish motive, and that is they really want you to put volume to the machine so it uses more consumables. Okay, that's okay. So they're willing to take on a responsibility to help you be successful. That was never the case in the history of the printer. The middle-sized printer, the heart and soul of the commercial printing industry, they are the most at risk right now. The small printers are really growing very rapidly because the new entry point is digital printing. This is the most interesting drupa to me. Of the 9 drupas, this is the most interesting because several things are happening at the same time. First of all, the offset press manufacturers have all upgraded their equipment significantly. New kinds of systems for evaluating quality. KBA is a system that uses an inkjet system to put a mark on bad sheets, which are then ejected from the machine. Everybody has closed loop color. They've cut waste, they've cut make-ready time. So the offset people have tweaked their systems to become much more effective and to compete with certain areas of digital printing. Where digital printing was very strong in the short run, offset is moving down market to some extent, at the same time that digital printing is trying to move up market. Toner-based printing dominates in digital printing, and at this show, 2 things didn't happen. We didn't get bigger sheet sizes, and we didn't get more speed. I really expected that I would see that here. So I would have expected the toner people to at least move us up a notch or 2 at this show. They did not do that. At the same time, you have a whole batch of new inkjet people coming out of the woodwork. Who would have ever thought that Fujifilm and Screen would have sheet-fed inkjet presses? Who would have ever thought that HP has a web press 36 inches wide? It'll be 30 inch when they introduce it, but those heads can be strung together to be any width you want them to be. Think about that for a second. I now have a printing press with a minimum amount of technology built into it because it doesn't have all the variables of an offset press. Now, they have a long way to go, and almost all these devices are a year or 2 away. But all of these machines are telling you that into the future, sheet-fed and roll-fed digital, inkjet is going to be a factor. And if the toner people don't get off their duff and give me more, you have the roll-fed toner-based machines from OSE and from Xerox. Yes, but that's not enough. We need more than that, and they didn't do it here. So they're going to have to move forward, otherwise the inkjet people are going to usurp part of their market, and at the same time the offset people are not lying down and dying. They're becoming very, very aggressive. So it's very interesting to see the confluence of all of these things. It's funny how the buyer of print is now becoming so important. Every vendor is now trying to influence print buyers in some way, shape, or form. But print buyers have undergone their own revolution. They're all younger, less experienced than ever before. It used to be they were very experienced people who spent years buying printing. Now they're young people with sociology degrees. And so the whole nature of print buying has changed. On one hand, it's go get 3 bids and pick the lowest bid. On the other hand, it's the marketing people looking for innovative approaches. So a lot of printers are bypassing the traditional print buyer and really trying to get to the marketing person. About 20% of print buyers absolutely say offset is the only way to go because they need brand colors. They need Pantone colors, and you can't get them on digital machines other than on Indigo. The vast majority of print buyers don't care. Quality of digital printing is not an issue to them at all. Now that I've been here, there's an undercurrent that I really should cover. Okay, I called it the inkjet drupa, but you know, you could really call this the IT drupa, because what's connecting all these machines? They're all on the internet. There are networks connecting everything. There are servers connecting everything. A lot of automation is going on, color management going on. So there's an underlying IT base that's making this show possible that no one sees, so no one talks about. Remember now, the dynamics of the paper industry are very complex, but what's happened in the paper industry worldwide is that most of the major paper manufacturers have closed down older mills, closed down inefficient machines, and therefore have cut capacity, and in cutting capacity, they have increased price. And so paper now is very expensive. Now, if paper continues to increase in price, what's going to happen is not scarcity, it's price, is that you then force companies to go to other methods of information dissemination. If they keep rising paper costs, paper prices, that cost level is going to make paper uncompetitive with electronic technology. Now, there are certain parts of printing that not going to disappear. Packaging will be there forever. Certain kinds of promotional material will be there forever. But anything that's informational based, it can go electronic. And if we're not careful, the paper companies could be the people who put the printing industry out of business if they're not careful.